or not. Well, I couldn't get it to start, and it is brand new out of the box. So I jumped online, did some research, and it turns out there's a common problem with these types of generators, similar to the Westinghouse models, that there is a choke problem. These models have an automatic electronic choke that somehow gets unplugged during shipment. First off, when I was trying to start this thing, I decided to take this side cover off right here. It's pretty simple. There's a bunch of Phillips screws, and I used a socket driver to get this one out. And I looked at the choke in here, and I hit the start button, and the choke was not moving. And that's what kind of led me to researching what was going on with the choke on this thing. And hopefully the problem is the electronic choke just needs plugged in. It's ridiculous, right? But we're gonna find out if that's the problem. First off, I want to show you where I can find the choke. Take this cover off, and in here, right there is the choke. And you can actually move it with your finger. So right there, the choke is on. Now the choke is off. I was able to get this thing started when I opened up the cover. I turned the choke on and then hit the start button. Voila, it started right up. And then I was able to turn the choke off, and then it ran really well. I ran the air conditioner on my camper. So there's a problem. This automatic choke is not coming on. What I find online is that somehow it gets unplugged during shipment, and to get it plugged back in, I will have to take the case off the other side. So let's just do that. Well, in order to check and see if that choke is plugged in or not, I had to remove screws on this side, but then it just doesn't seem like this thing's really gonna be easily popped off. So I decided to come up front. I removed all these screws, 4 on the front, and then there's 2 on both sides. Now the screws are out, I'll be able to wiggle this front face off. Lots of wiring down there. And then I came over here, and I just barely lifted this, and voila, there is the unplugged choke. I will bring the camera over and show you. Face is off, and I kind of open this up, and then right there it is. That little plug right there goes to our automatic electronic choke, and somehow that thing gets unplugged from the panel. So now I got to figure out getting my hand in there to plug that back in. Found some more screws. There's these little rubber grommets on the top. So I went ahead and popped the grommets out with my nail, unscrewed these, and then there was another grommet here, 2 more screws in the back. Now I'm hoping I'll be able to just take this whole side off, and then I can show you better on where to replug your choke. Well, I found another screw underneath this rubber seal right here in the middle. Fingers crossed that's the last one. Perfect. This little one right here, it plugs in right there. So since I'm going to need 2 hands to do this, I won't video it, but it is literally right beside where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be plugged in right there, and somehow these things get unplugged from shipping overseas to here. So pain in the butt, but I'm glad that this could solve the issue right here. Okay, I got it plugged in. Now time to screw this thing all back together and test it out. Moment of truth. Let's see if this little guy right here automatically moves when we hit the start button. Turn the power button on. I'm going to hit the starter button now. So the choke automatically came on and automatically adjusted. So I think the problem is fixed. It started right up. That solved the problem of our starting up issue. The electronic choke was just unplugged, as a lot of other people out in the world have had. Luckily I found a video and it talked about having that simple plug, and I was able to find it and get it plugged in. As you saw when I started it up, this little choke right here moved back and forth, and it started right up on the first try. Now that we're starting, let's do the inaugural remote start. Yay! Awesome. Well, the sun's going down here in Arizona, so I'm gonna just wrap it up on this generator for the night. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Look forward to using this generator.